I've spent the past 3 days exploring deep into the Austrian Alps, but what I need to show you is everything I ate along the way, because what started off as merely a hike became the best foodie excursion of my life. We are out here now in the Kaisertal, an Austrian nature preserve only about an hour and 20 minutes away from Munich, which is wild. And this was actually the start of our previous video where we hiked all throughout these amazing valleys. However, what shocked me the most was not the beautiful nature, but the quality of the cuisine. So I knew we needed to make a second video all about just a mountain Austrian food tour. And when you see all the dishes we have in store for you today, I think you will well agree this video is worth it. But before we get to our fine dining, how about I show you my trail snacks? Now, of course, we couldn't go with anything healthy because we're hiking, so I'm gonna have some really fun snacks. And we went with gummies because what else are you gonna have when you're in Germany? We bought 3 different types, Haribo, Lachs, and Katja's. Camille ate all of her Haribos. So I got a second packet just for her. These are so good, by the way. They're these fun little vegan gummy rabbits. However, I got this one because it has a hilarious ghost on it. And I thought the idea of Milchgeister or milk ghosts sounded really fun. It looked really stupid. It looks so dumb. What the hell is this? It's so dumb. Oh, they're so good.
They're stupid looking.
I love it. You don't love it?
You're fine.
Oh no, it's so good. The creaminess of the milk, the tartness of the fruit, the fortification of the vitamins.
No, I think I like the ones that Haribo do that are similar better.
You're so basic with your star mix. Do you want a rabbit?
Yeah.
I got those because I did actually figure you would eat all of your candy too quickly.
No, am I that obvious?
God, I love the rabbit.
Yeah. They're not as aesthetic.
They are not as aesthetic.
Oh yeah, that's the right mouthfeel.
And like, as a vegan gummy, they're really good. Not that I needed to convince you to try all of the amazing German gummies whenever you can, but on a hike, it's just that much better. Anyway, I'm gonna relax and we'll get on the trail. Oh, they're so good. As we wound our path deeper into the valley, the forests became ever more beautiful, and the majesty of the mountains opened up into an idyllic clearing. This is the Hinterbärenbad House, and it will be our home for the next 2 nights and 3 days. It's a stunning place, but this isn't our first rodeo, so yeah, I was expecting a nice dinner, but I was not expecting to be absolutely blown away. Little did I know. So we found our place out in the beer garden and took a minute to settle down and prepare for dinner. And what a minute it has been. I'll tell you what though, not to spoil the truth of it, this place is really nice. Late as usual, we arrived at 7:01. The kitchen closes at 7, but the owner came out to make sure he could get our order, and we do have dinner on the way. We checked in, put our bags, and I am absolutely exhausted. And what a dinner we received. This is when it dawned on me that we needed a second video, because the Hinterbärenbad house is a true gem in every sense of the phrase. The head chef is given free rein to be creative, which he uses to full effect. And so every night is a set 3-course menu with 1 meat and 1 vegetarian main, a soup to start, a dessert to end it, and as much beer and schnapps as you could wish for. All the guests eat together at exactly the same time, giving the Hinterbärenbad house a beautiful, communal, here-together feeling that I think so much of travel is missing, or at least is incredibly hard to find. Camille had a wonderful Spinat Knödel, a herby spinach bread dumpling that was swimming in butter and Parmesan cheese. Just like the Knödel we had back at Königssee, it was also extremely rustic and authentic, which you can tell by the highly visible bread chunks. I myself had pork in a stroganoff sauce, not exactly what I was expecting, but it was truly delicious. And the dinner was topped off with a literally homemade brownie and ice cream with fresh local berries. What more could you possibly wish for in a setting like this? But the key here to this mountain house, at least in this humble guide's opinion, is how the food and the experience come together to make something truly extraordinary. Oh, good morning, everybody. I say, already wearing my mic and hat. But no, I only just got up. That was a really good sleep as well. I mean, how could it not be? The room is simply charming, but more so than that, look at my view and listen to that water. But now we do actually have a job to do. There is a schedule to keep. Breakfast is served buffet style. I bet you it's gonna be one of those really light muesli and bread and cheese breakfasts that Camille absolutely loves. They serve it from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock, and I've got about 10 minutes to go get a sandwich and a coffee. Camille's been down there for ages. She loves it. She's way more of a morning person than me. I preferred instead to just lay in bed listening to that stream. Only time will tell who was right. Anyway, let's go eat while I still can.
So we're here at the hut breakfast, and it's looking like a traditional Alpine spread, but what I'm most excited to show you is the muesli. It's my favorite thing to get at these hut breakfasts because it's kind of just a breakfast cereal, but they set it up in a pick and mix situation with lots of little bowls of ingredients that you get to pick out and combine into your own bowl. I went with a ton of oats, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, a little bit of chocolate, and some coconut flakes. It's super tasty and surprisingly hearty, which is great for a full day of hanging out in the mountains.
Prost, everybody, we have made it to our next hut of the adventure, the Hansberger Hütte, and they're serving an icy cold Stiegel that feels so good on such a hot day. For those of you that aren't in the know, Stiegel is the brewery of Salzburg, so it's not incredibly close, but it's relatively local as the Austrians might have it. I love this beer. I think it might actually be my favorite Austrian beer.
I like Röstl.
Grosser is really good, but I never see that anywhere. Grosser, then Stiegel. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you could be sleeping here. They have a full restaurant, beds and everything. They're serving lunch, though it's deserted because everyone else is out in the mountains, as they should be. But I'm on a bit more of a food tour, aren't I? All right, that is one Stiegel down. Let's take a walk around this hut, have a little look around, and let's order some food. Starting to build up quite the appetite.
Okay, but what did you get? Kind of jealous of that sauce.
Oh, yeah, that is exactly what you would love. I feel like we roll reversed really quick. It's a bit of a tongue twister for me. I really struggle with this one, but it's a Kaspressknödel, and that means it's a cheesy pressed knödel. They're usually like fist-shaped, but these have been pushed down on the grill and almost fried a little bit. It's coming with a yogurty sauce, which is gonna be really important for kind of lightening this up. Fried cheese dough. This is gonna be a rich meal. Looks incredible. There's something about this, man. Rich, smooth, delicious foods. I need to know your thoughts.
Interesting. It's almost like it was like blended and then shaped and pressed on the grill. Yeah, the inside is almost goopy.
But I think it's really good. It's so cheesy.
Yeah. Prost.
Also, whenever you're eating any Germanic dish quite like this, do not sleep on the cabbage. Getting a good bite with a bit of white and red cabbage on there, a little bit of that sauce. This to me is how you should eat it. It's really good. We are having a grand old time here at the Berger Haus. So I knew I needed to get dessert. And it wasn't just the liter of Strudel speaking, it was specifically the fact that they were serving homemade Topfenstrudel, just something I never get in Germany because it's a more Austrian strudel, if you will. And the bit that really kind of sells it for me is that they serve it with Vanillesoße. In Austria, they know a good thing about custard. This one in particular is with Himbeer, which is raspberries, and it just looks awesome. I can't believe all of this was €5. Let's see how it tastes. I love Topfenstrudel. I love custard. I love strudel. And the Himbeer is really good. It's incredibly tart. It's incredibly rich. If you're in Austria, you have to try a Topfenstrudel, if you ask me. This we had in the Salzkammergut when we were up at the Berg. That was an amazing mountain hut, by the way. It was the first time I ever had a Topfenstrudel on this channel. I love those videos, so if you haven't seen them, you should go back, you should watch our Salzkammergut series and learn all about this amazing dish. It's so delicious. Now I had known, or at least I had a good inkling, that the Hinterbärenbad house was gonna be good. But the Berger house? This wasn't even on my radar. Had it not been for that humble little lost sign in the woods, we'd have never come here. So I'm really grateful that we saw it while hiking. But now, at last, it's time for us to sleep our last night away and wake up fresh and early for our hike back out of this magical valley and return towards the real world. But don't worry, we have one more meal in store. Actually, it's the first mountain hut we passed on the hike in, so it's going to be the last hut that we'll see on our hike out, and quite possibly then, we've been saving the very best for last. Really wrapping up this weekend trip to the Kaisertal nicely, and quite possibly then, we've been saving the very best for last. Now that is exactly what I needed to see today on this hike. A new oven that's the perfect place for schnitzel and Kaiserschmarrn. I must admit, nothing quite gets you hungry like hiking out of a valley. So for our very last meal in the Kaisertal, let's make it a good one. This little chicken is off on an adventure. Chicken, what have you found? All of the apples? This chicken is not supposed to be here. She's supposed to be in the coop over there, but what could keep her away from all of the apples and bees? Oh wait, is she eating the wasps? Oh, I thought she was eating the apples. Chicken? I know how you feel about chickens. I love chickens. Oh, what a glorious place for her to live. Are you seeing this? Und für mich ein helles bitte und auch die Wiener Schnitzel. Prost for the final time in this trip. But we're starting off pretty strong with quite easily my favorite Austrian beer, Grosser. And just like, look at this glass. If this had a fond on it, it'd be going in the backpack. It is beautiful. And how does it taste? Like the best Austrian beer there is, which I will not compare to Bavarian beer, but from the Austrian standpoint, this to me is as good as it gets. I absolutely love this brewery. If you're out and about in this area of the world, you need to try to get this vom Fass from the barrel itself. That's where it tastes the best. But even if you can't find that, sometimes it's hard. At least try to get it in a bottle, because it's actually rather easy to find at a variety of grocery stores, even in Munich, specifically their Radler, which, Camille, you gotta start talking about. Because if there is anybody who's excited about Grosser, it's me, and if there's anyone more excited, it's you.
I love them. They do a Natur Radler, which is a little bit different because it uses bio lemonade rather than a regular Radler, which uses Sprite. It's very sweet. Your Radlers to be sweet. Let's not call them beer, shall we? It's so refreshing. I love it.
It looks fantastic. And you can tell that it's bio because it isn't clear, right? It's so cloudy. That comes from the actual bio lemonade that they use.
I would also take this glass if it had fond. It's so pretty.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Comments below, which one is the better glass? I'm so sorry.
No, not while it's on me because it might sting me.
Oh, we're waiting.
Is it on my finger?
It is on your finger.
Wait till it flies.
Here we go.
There we go.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I have been living here for 5 years now. The Austrians have taught me something new today. Every summer, the Vespa, the wasps, come out in hordes and just assault you at every meal you ever have. Turns out, you can just spritz them and they'll go away. And it doesn't make them angry, doesn't make them mad, they just fly off. Why did it take me 5 years to learn this? Why do people in Munich not do this? There's a spritzer on every single table at this restaurant. I've never seen this in Munich before, and I have been attacked violently, viciously in Munich before. And now we can fight back.
Where is it?
Ready, bless.
That's probably a good demonstration. It's learned its lesson.
He knows. He knows he should fuck off. Okay. This looks fantastic. I've been having a lot of fun with the beer and the wasps, but now it's time to get down to brass tacks and actually eat the food itself, and it looks magnificent. And I would like some points for this. Maybe you should like the video, maybe you should subscribe, maybe you should comment and share it with your friends. But I am breaking my fast quite literally in that I am having another schnitzel on camera, even though I know I'm about to be subject to so much abuse. Let's put a bit of lemon on it, which doesn't count as a sauce. Because you would never put a sauce on a schnitzel. Likes in the comments for that. One comment is one schnitzel without sauce. The veal is so tender and so buttery smooth, which complements very well the aggressively buttery fried outer coating, the breading. Now, I don't care how much abuse I'll get in the comments for this. This is the best schnitzel I've had. Maybe it's the hiking. Maybe that's the secret ingredient all along, was the hike we took along the way to get here. But this is so good. Meals. No, stop it. Stop it.
I'm sorry, I'm doing what I have to.
And the roast potatoes are roast potatoes. They're really fantastic. You could do with a bit of saltiness on this dish. The potatoes provide that in full. Subtly herby, nice and salty. It's good potatoes. And if we're talking about potatoes, we need to talk about what Camille got.
Oh yeah. So I went with Röstl, which is kind of like Austrian home fries. So it's fried potatoes, vegetables with a fried egg on top.
It looks really good.
I know. I love this big, beautiful fried egg. Mine comes with, it looks like aubergines.
Oh, nice.
I've never had that before. It's hard to get everything on one fork. Oh no, it's very unaesthetic.
We'll cut this part. Cut to Camille with the perfect bite. Ah, there you go.
Yeah. It's so herby and rosemary-y, but also greasy, but not too greasy. And the herbs and the grease come together in a very pleasant, delicious sort of way. I feel like food in the Alps tends to be very heavy and greasy sometimes, but the stuff we have, I think it takes the greasy aspect and really lightens it up by adding some other element. In this case, herbs, and it's super delicious.
Nice. This has been such a good food trip though. Is this your favorite meal so far, or what might you say?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm really enjoying all the fresh herbs in here. It's lightening it up in a way that I just didn't anticipate.
Nice. Well, cheers to that and a fantastic final meal. And that's it, honestly. Everything we've eaten here in the Kaisertal. And it's just been mouth-watering bite after mouth-watering bite. I couldn't believe the quality, and so I hope you have enjoyed this video. In many ways, I hope I've inspired you to get out into the Austrian mountains to find the best Austrian food. And if not, at least I hope you found this video entertaining. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, wherever that might be.
Bye.